two one-loss teams getting together as they're underway on EA Sports. This is taken at the 3. And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down. From the 36, Rodgers. Flushed out right. He'll get this off to Jamal Williams. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. Now Rodgers. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Hey, high 7. Check, 59.
They do go for it. It's Rodgers. That's caught inside the 20. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point right down the middle, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone.
We're finna rock out with 6-1, y'all boys. We're finna rock out with 6-1.
Here we go! 18 Gator. Ready? Hey, tight end right. Watch tight end. Hey. You got 3. 80 weapons. Hey, Haywood. Fight.
On 1st down, Stevens. He completes it to Westbrook. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touch.
I'm sorry. Last pause. I got it. 4 and 8. I know. Tight up, play ball.
Pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked out in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And now the ball comes loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Here we go. 60 outlaw. Record. Watch twist. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet. Ready?
Throwing on 1st down. Stevens. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. A good pickup there, a 22.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, They do not like to let it in without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to return.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. He's at the 50, the 40, the 20, 10. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. And that's a linebacker showing he can move pretty good with a football in his hand.
That's not just a short shuttle now. He took it and went a pretty good distance, didn't he? Did you get the 40 time on that?
I didn't, but he got 6 points out of it. I know that, and a great play for that defensive unit. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. So a good run by Fournette. Now another 1st and 10. From the gun, Stevens. That one complete. He finds Shark. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
First down, Jacksonville.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. A quick throw complete to Chark. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To throw on 2nd down, Stevens. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
60 Pittsburgh. All day, baby, all day. Hey, watch that. Che, Orbit. 54. Get it.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stevens. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. Now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Stevens. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Rodgers now to throw. Well, this is caught by Williams.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. They'll try the right side with Jones. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
That one good for 33 and a first. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. Down right around the 25. Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
To throw on second down, Stevens. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
2nd and 5 now. Rodgers. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Adams hauling it in from Rodgers. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
They're watching the film, and it's working. And this is taken in at the 5. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He's going to go deep for Funchess. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
By the neighbors. But I'm saying stay in our fence. But I'm saying you're going to be closer to the neighbor house. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be on the left side of the house. Like pulling into our grass.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Throwing now is Rodgers. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing is Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Hey, 26. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. Eluding the pressure right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
38 yards on the scamper there.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They'll pick up another first down with that run.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. Then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
60 outlaw. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
On 1st and 10, Stevens. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. A try here for the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half. The first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this? But nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Back to throw. Stevens. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2.
Ready, break. Check. Walk 54.
This time they stay on the ground. He finds an opening past the 40. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. This one taken from the 7.
Hey.
The Jaguars go first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into them.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
A pass there complete to Westbrook. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Stevens. Open man is Westbrook, complete. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, 2. 58's the mic. 58's the mic. Let's go.
On first down, Stevens. And get that to Fournette, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and that'll make it a second down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
And we just saw another example. These cornerbacks have played tight coverage all game long. Might start wanting to think about a few double, triple move routes to try and shake their guys free.
You're right, they have had no room to breathe. To throw on third down, Stevens. He's going to, and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
Throwing on second down, Rodgers.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this third quarter. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Here's J.K. Scott now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And Not good at all. Punt of just 24 yards there. And the Jags will have great field position to start this drive as they take over on the short side of the field. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Fournette. Fournette fighting through and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And some room to work. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Leonard Fournette with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Running right, Jones. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Touchdown, Packers. Mercedes Lewis, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Zadarius Smith has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means the other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
Oh, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and forever.
Hey, Charlie. Ready?
From the gun, Stevens. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. A big pickup, 18 yards, but they still stop him well short of the marker. On fourth down, Stevens. And no, it's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. This is Jones. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. It was Taven Bryan who got him down defensively. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers rolling to his right. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The veteran tight end Mercedes Lewis, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah.
Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Yeah.
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
I am.
End of the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. And he's going to be brought down short of the 1st at about the 31-yard line. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
6:30. Hey, exit.
Rodgers to throw for it on 4th. He's got Adams on the hookup. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the 1st. Rodgers now on 1st down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devin Funchess, his first touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
I'm coming back tonight, though. I'm not, bye.
Ready, ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave a great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down,
Caused all of that.
it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. It also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
On the ready.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. This is Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give him a lot of confidence to help turn things around. On 4th down, Stevens. And he completes it to Westbrook. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. A pass complete here to Conley. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. On fourth down, Stevens. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. This one out quickly to Westbrook. Only a yard in the completion. It's second and goal. Second and goal from inside the 5. Second and 4. And the catch good. It's Eifert. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Tyler Eifert, his first touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for the connection with Devin Funchess. And that'll bring up second down. Now Jones. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Lynn, 158! 59! Yeah, Lynn. I'm coming after you! Mike 5'9", Mike 5'9". Pick it up! Here we go!
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Intended for Mercedes Lewis.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the second time.
Let's go, boys! Let's go!
And you always lose it when you wear them.
35.
I'm not gonna put it in my pants.